world television premiere of Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F on Fuji TV, otherwise known as the Future Trunks edition, just got done airing in Japan. It's a premium Saturday over there in Japan, and the movie just got done airing. And we were wondering going into this thing what they were going to do. It was the world television premiere of Resurrection F, first time ever on TV with commercial breaks. A lot of people were speculating that, oh, well, it's earmarked for a 30-minute extra block, so it's going to be 30 more minutes of footage. Well, whoever said that isn't using their head or putting thinking caps on, because it's on TV and there's commercials. So going into this thing, we were told that it was going to be an extra 13 minutes of footage. That just came out just a few hours before it actually came on the air. So we knew it was going to be 13 more minutes, but it was not Resurrection F footage from Super or any of that stuff. What basically this was, guys, is they took a epilogue and a prologue. Essentially, it was a preview or a prelude to the Future Trunks arc of Dragon Ball Super with Resurrection F sandwiched in between it. That's pretty much what it was. So you got about 10 minutes or so, 10, 11 minutes of extra stuff at the beginning of the film, and then it went right into the movie, just like the one that everybody's already seen back in October. And then after the credit scene, they had another 2 minutes that would lead into Resurrection F. So pretty much, folks, I know a lot of people are wondering, well, why'd they even do this? It was pointless. If you missed this, you didn't miss anything, guys. It really was a little bit pointless, to be honest. Well, here's what I'm pretty sure happened based on my study of television. Fuji TV signed a deal with Toei to put the movies on television. Battle of Gods got a television premiere, and Resurrection F did too. But what happened was that Resurrection F's TV premiere couldn't happen too soon from when the movie came out, because the Blu-ray came out back in October, and the problem was that Dragon Ball Super had redone the arc, or redone the story, the Future Trunks arc. So it was an issue over in Japan to figure out, okay, what can we do? We've already shown the movie in theaters, it's out on Blu-ray, and why would we even show it on TV if we have the arc version? So somebody at Toei said, well, why don't we figure out a way to add in some extra stuff with our current Dragon Ball Super arc. So in other words, they wanted to help promote the Future Trunks arc, and that's pretty much what they got. So the movie opens now with a prologue of Future Trunks going through these old books, and he finds this green goop. And it's green. I don't know if it was supposed to be time machine fuel. I don't think so. But it's implied that maybe it is. Except it's not green. Or it's supposed to be blue, but it's green in this version. So Trunks is narrating like, oh, I found this book. So he finds this book called The Legend of Dragon Ball. The book is actually called The Legend of Dragon Ball. So somebody wrote down all of the great battles throughout Dragon Ball history. So Trunks opens up the book, and it pretty much cuts to Namek. So what we see is a recap of the Frieza fight. But this is brand new animation, very reminiscent of the scenes from Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Tenkaichi, if you guys remember that game. Very similar animation, completely redone. Basically, it was essentially, I'm trying to figure out how to word this for the review. They took highlights from the fight with Frieza on Namek and cut it up into like a 10-minute segment. So you got like Frieza's first transformation reanimated, which looked amazing. That's the thing, guys. The reanimation looked incredible. The new scenes looked amazing. And there were some major differences I want to get into here in a minute. So essentially what I was saying was, all the previous battles were written down as, legends or whatever. So then we see like third form Frieza beating up Piccolo, just like on Namek. And then we see the fourth form Frieza beating up Vegeta. The animation was actually better than Dragon Ball Super. I can't even believe it. So then we see Goku waking up from his healing chamber and goes to meet up with Frieza. And then they play this like remix of Chozetsu Dynamic, which I thought was very interesting because, again, that's a Dragon Ball Super song. Why are we hearing it here in this Dragon Ball, quote, Z movie? Who knows? So they show Goku doing the Genki Dama, the Spirit Bomb. Frieza survived. Now, very interesting about this version, okay? If you are familiar with the manga, those of you guys who are listening to this right now, you know that Piccolo getting shot by Frieza was different in the manga. So in the anime, Frieza fires a blast aiming for Goku, and Piccolo jumps out of the way jumps in the way, moves Goku out of the way, and takes the shot right to the chest. This is right before Frieza kills Krillin, right? In the manga version, that doesn't happen. He just aims at Piccolo and takes him out. And that's pretty much how it was here. It was like closer to the manga. Then they have, of course, Goku transforming on Namek. We see an incredible reanimated Kamehameha. Goku looking like classic super buff Goku. But this version of the fight, this shorter 10-minute like recap thing, was closer to the manga. Less padding, less filler. They showed the humongous uppercut that Goku hit Frieza with. They had Frieza getting beat by Goku, and then that's when Trunks kind of closes the book, and he's like, I remember when I killed Frieza, and they show Mecha Frieza for a second, and then he gets diced up, and then it goes to the movie. Then it literally transitions right into the written by, created by Toriyama thing that the movie starts out with, and you go down to hell, and here we go. There was a countdown clock. It was weird. There was a countdown clock before the thing even started that like was counting down to it, and then there was one during the credits. So the most interesting thing about the whole viewing here, I just got done watching it a few minutes ago. Number one, I was watching it with a bunch of other YouTubers like Quamman and Black and Fist, a bunch of those guys. During, if you're following me on Twitter, you know about this. During the movie, Japanese adult video star Hitomi Tanaka was watching Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F and tweeting about it. I don't know why this shocked me, but as if I couldn't love Hitomi Tanaka any more than I already do. And those of you who don't know who Hitomi Tanaka is, if you are over the age of 18, go ahead and look her up on Google. If you are under the age of 18, well, you're probably still going to do it because nobody follows those rules, but I'm not encouraging you to do it. If you're over 18, go look her up. Most of you guys probably know who she is. She revealed herself to be a Dragon Ball fan, but what was weird about it was she's watching Resurrection F as if it was for the first time. Like she didn't know, based on her tweets, she didn't know like that Frieza had like a golden form or Goku's hair changed. Like I don't know if she was. How do you not know that? It was just kind of cool that Hitomi Tanaka, of all people, was watching Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F on television with us. Like, that's cool as fuck. So, they air the entire movie with commercial breaks. No changes. They didn't cut out the 1.3 million power level line. They didn't add in any scenes from Super. It was literally the theatrical cut of Resurrection F, and that's the only cut there is. There's people out there who still believe there's a 2-hour cut. There is not and never has been a 2-hour cut of Resurrection F. It's just what we got in the theater and then the Super adaptation. That's it. So during the credits, when they're showing scenes of the movie, they actually show in some extra scenes of the prelude with Namek. And during the credits, they actually have a countdown clock at the upper left saying countdown to new Trunks stuff. What the fuck? This was such a waste of time, dude. What a waste of time. So what happened was, after the credits ended, we see the scene of Frieza in hell saying no, and then we go back to the future, and Trunks is like leaving, seeing Black destroy things. Trunks got like a briefcase with him. He's escaping. Black then finds him, fires a ki blast at him. He gets caught, and then Black is standing over Trunks, and he's about to kill him, and all of a sudden Mai jumps in and throws a flash grenade and saves Trunks. And she's like, come on, we have to go. And then they cut to future Bulma writing a letter, and the letter she's writing is the letter that Trunks would eventually give to present Bulma. So that was cool. Basically what we got here, guys, is this whole thing was a prelude to the future Trunks arc, like a prequel to it, right? But it aired 2 months after the arc had started. It's almost as if Fuji TV, and I'm going to theorize this, I think Fuji TV was supposed to air this a lot sooner, and they just didn't for whatever reason, and I think that's why this thing came off so weird. So that's pretty much what the Future Trunks version of Resurrection F was. I would say a complete waste of time. You can probably find the reanimated Namek stuff on YouTube. You can probably find it quickly. It looks great. It's worth watching, but other than that, it was totally pointless. It should have happened months ago. Maybe it was too close to the Resurrection F arc. I don't know what the reasoning behind it was, but it really was just pointless. If you've seen Resurrection F, the movie, they didn't add anything to the story. It's just an extra prelude to the Future Trunks arc. That's it. So, tonight, later this evening, Dragon Ball Super comes back. Episode 56. I'll be back on this channel talking about that. And then tomorrow, new Dragon Ball In Depth. Or at least that's what's planned right now. I'll let you guys, you'll see it tomorrow on the channel. Anyways, thanks for checking out my little review. Spread the word about the channel in this video. I will talk to you guys tonight after Dragon Ball Super.